Good morning. So I thought for this practice we would work on building up some strength a little. So a little opening the body, a little work on flexibility, a little work on strength. As always, make sure you've got a good non-slip surface on which to work. You've got plenty of space around you. This practice isn't suitable for pregnancy, for people with health conditions. So if you have health conditions, you're better off initially working in person with a yoga teacher, so you learn the modifications for what you can and can't do, and then you can kind of work on your practice at home. But it is better off checking in with what's right for you and what's not before you launch yourself into a yoga practice. Okay, so we're going to start in child's pose. So coming onto your mat, sitting back on the heels. Now you can keep the knees together, or you can take them a little bit wider than hip width, which is what I'm going to do. Arms reach out in front of you and forehead comes down onto the mat. And if it doesn't come down onto the mat, you can use a block, or you can clench your fists one on top of the other and rest your forehead on your fists. So we're not going to be here long, just starting to connect to the breath. So you've got a sense that your body is sinking down onto your mat. And then lengthen your tailbone out behind you and creep your arms out in front. So the sense of opening through the shoulders. Just starting to watch the rise and the fall of each breath. Just going to have a couple more breaths here. And then as you next inhale, bring it up onto all fours. So knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. And we'll just find a few rounds of cat and cow. So as you inhale, lift your chin, lift your tailbone. And as you exhale, round your spine, tuck your tailbone, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, lift the chin and the tailbone. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. A couple more. Just work in your own time with your own breath. Always paying attention to the sensations in your body. Working within the parameters of what are right for you today. And then as you next exhale, coming back through to a flat back and extending your right leg out behind you. And then as you exhale from there, knee to nose. Inhale to extend the right leg out behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Couple more. Inhale to extend. Exhale, round it in. Inhale to extend. Exhale, round it in. And then take your right knee down onto the mat. We'll do the same with the other side. So you inhale, the left leg extends out behind you, and as you exhale, round your spine, knee to nose. Inhale to extend, exhale, knee to nose. Couple more. And then bring your left knee back down onto your mat. Swing your right foot out to the side. Take your right hand a little bit further out in front of where it is. Extend your left leg out behind you, and the left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. And we'll find some movement here. So as you inhale, you lengthen up through the left arm, and as you exhale, bring the hand down, thread it through underneath the right. Inhale to extend, exhale, underneath the right. Couple more. And then inhale, the left arm reaches back up towards the ceiling. Lengthen there, press that through the hips and draw your left arm forwards over your ear. You don't have to look up, you can look forwards or you can look down, whichever feels better for your neck. And then just lengthen through the left side of your body. To centre grounding through the left foot, one more breath. And then take your left arm back up towards the ceiling, come back through onto all fours. So excuse my back end, we'll do the other side. Swing your left foot out to the side, extend the right leg, left hand a little bit further out in front, and the right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. And then from here we'll find that movement. So as you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, right arm threads through underneath the left. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to thread it through. Keep going. Bringing some movement into the spine, some rotation. We'll do one more. And then inhale, right arm reaches back up, lengthen there and draw the right arm forwards over your ear. So a couple of breaths here, grounding through the right foot, lengthening through the right side body, looking wherever is comfortable for your neck. A gentle press up through the hips. And then inhale, right arm's going to come back up, and as you exhale, bring the hand back down onto your mat. We're going to come back here onto all fours. And from there, tuck your toes underneath. Walk your hands in towards your knees. If you want to, just keep your hands down on the mat if that's as far as you want to go. If you're comfortable, hands reach up onto your thighs. Just check you've got all the toes involved. And then bring the hands onto the shoulders, and we'll just take a couple of circles in both directions. Taking the arms out wide, elbows out wide, opening through the chest. And then extending your arms out to the sides, bring the arms in front of you with the right elbow on top. We're going to bend the elbows. Now if you're quite tight or if you're quite muscular, you might just take your hands onto your shoulders there. If you can, we're going to bring the palms together, elbows forwards and up. Reach up through the crown of the head, a couple of breaths. If it starts to get too strong in the toes, you can always just release down. One more breath. I'm going to release the arms and come through to the other side. Left elbow on top. Elbows forwards and up. As you exhale, release the arms. Maybe just a bit of movement through the shoulders. Come onto all fours, untuck the toes. Just a moment or two to pad the feet. And then when you're ready from there, we'll tuck the toes again and find our way into downwards facing dog. So just finding some space between the fingers, making sure you're pressing down base of each finger and thumb, particularly first finger and thumb on both hands. And then you can pad out the feet here, just find a little bit of movement. Give the head a little bit of a shake, yes and no. If the hamstrings will allow, you can straighten your legs, draw down through your heels, but just be mindful, work within your comfortable limits. Much better to keep a bend in the knees and have the back flat than it is to round the spine with straight legs. And then from there, as you inhale, ripple your spine forwards through to plank pose. So we're going to hold this for a couple of breaths. Press the ground away from you. Tuck your tailbone down, so rather than having the tailbone lifts, it's heading down, almost like you're sending it down between your heels. Engaging through your core. Always drop the knees down if you need to. We'll take one more breath. And then as you exhale, knees come down onto your mat. Roll the shoulders forwards, bend the elbows behind you and come all the way down onto your mat. And then from there, we're going to clasp the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders back and down, and as you inhale, lifting up for Shalabhasana. So engaging through the back line of the body, reaching up through the crown of the head, drawing the heart space forwards. And take one more breath. Use each inhale to see if you can find more lift. And then as you exhale, release it down. Hands underneath your shoulders. You can either come up onto all fours and move into downwards facing dog, or you can just tuck your toes, press up to plank, and then downwards facing dog. Make sure feet are hip width apart. Lower abdomen draws in, supporting the spine. Just very gently. You want to be able to still breathe, so just enough that you can still find a full breath. And then walk your hands in towards your feet. And we'll have a few breaths here. You can hook onto your opposite elbows. If the back of the legs is tight, keep a bend in the knees. Head a little bit of a shake. Last breath here. And then release your arms, soften your knees, and bring yourself up through to standing. Okay. Bringing the feet together or slightly apart at the front edge of your mat. Take a moment here, reach up through the crown of the head, and then just close your eyes. Take you a moment or two to feel grounded through the feet. From that stable base, the energy draws up through the spine. Shoulders are soft and the face is soft. To your next exhale, gently opening the eyes, and as you inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, fold forward. So bend your knees if you need to. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back through into plank. So you want to drop the knees down first, do, otherwise we'll lower to the floor or to chaturanga. Inhale through your cobra or your upwards facing dog, and as you exhale, hips up and back, downwards facing dog. So take a few breaths here, feel into your body, and really start to connect to your breath. So if the mind's busy, just keep coming back through to the breath. And then softening the knees, looking forwards, you can step or you can jump your feet forward between your hands. Halfway lift there. As you exhale, fold in, head to legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands through to the heart. Let's go again. Inhaling. Exhale, folding. Inhale to look up. Exhale, hands down, step or jump back. So lowering down. Inhale through your back bend and exhale, downwards facing dog. And then as long as it's feeling all right, we're going to take the left arm alongside the body. So you've got a three-legged dog. Keep drawing in the lower abdomen, keep lengthening the hips up and back. We'll swap it over, left hand comes down, right arm lift. You could always just hover the hand a little above the mat if you prefer. Bring the right hand back down onto the mat. Soften the knees, look forwards, step, jump, float your feet forward between your hands. Halfway lift there. As you exhale, fold in. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, the hands through to the heart centre. Let's go again. Inhaling. Exhale, folding. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step or jump back. So lowering down. Inhale through your back bend. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Connecting to your breath. And then as you inhale, ripple your spine forwards through to plank. You're going to bring your right hand to the centre of the mat, roll onto the little toe side of your right foot and extend your left arm up towards the ceiling. If you want to lighten this, the right knee drops down onto your mat. And then maybe the left arm draws forwards over your ear. Find that little lift of the hips, one more breath. Left arm reaches back up towards the ceiling. Come through to plank, we'll do the other side. Left hand to the centre of the mat, right arm lifts. Again, drop the left knee down if you need to. And then draw your right arm forwards over your ear. One more breath. Right arm reaches back up. We come back through to plank. Hips up and back. Downwards facing dog. Take one more breath. And then soften the knees. Step, jump, float the feet forward as you inhale. Halfway lift there. As you exhale, fold in. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, the hands through to the heart. So we're going to take one more. Inhaling. Exhale, folding. Inhale to look up. Exhale, hands down, step or jump back. Lowering down. Inhale through your back bend. Exhale. Downwards facing dog. And connecting to the breath. And then on your next inhale, ripple your spine forwards through to plank. So you've got the option to stay here, or we can find some movement. As you exhale, right forearm comes down onto your mat, left forearm comes down onto your mat. Back up onto the right hand, back up onto the left hand. Left forearm down, right forearm down. Left hand down, right hand down. Couple more. Just working in your own time with your own breath. Always remembering you can rest any time you need to. Coming back through into your plank, hips up and back, downwards facing dog. And then softening the knees, step, jump, float your feet forward as you inhale. Halfway lift there. As you exhale, fold in, head to legs. Inhale. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands through to the heart. Okay. Bring the hands to the waist. Weight onto the left leg. Draw the right leg up in front of you. So you're trying to draw the right thigh in toward your ribs. Engage through the left leg. Strong standing leg. And then extend your right leg out in front of you. Bend the right knee in again, and then nice and slowly I'm going to step the right foot back behind us, ground the right foot and move into Virabhadrasana 2. So adjust your feet as you need to. So bending that left knee, right leg is straight, right foot is strongly grounded. And just taking a few breaths here. If your arms get tired, you can always drop the hands down to the waist.
bring your left forearm down onto your thigh and extend your right arm out over your ear. So Parsvakonasana. And then we're going to move between Parsvakonasana and reverse warrior. So as you inhale, reverse warrior. As you exhale, Parsvakonasana. Inhale through to reverse. Exhale. Couple more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So finding your way back into Parsvakonasana and holding this for a couple more breaths. If you want to take it deeper now and take the left hand to the floor, you can, but if not, just keep the forearm on the thigh. Spin open through the right shoulder. And then inhale, come back through Virabhadrasana 2. Drop your right hand to your right thigh. Left arm's going to reach up for your reverse warrior, but then straighten the left leg, reverse Trikonasana. Inhale your way back through Virabhadrasana 2. Pivot on your right foot. Swing your left foot back behind you, one-legged plank. You can move through a one-legged vinyasa, or you can take it straight to your downward facing dog. Connecting to your breath. And then softening your knees, looking forward, step, jump, float your feet forward between your hands. Halfway lift there. And then as you exhale, fold in. We're just going to have a couple of breaths here, just moving through into your forward bend. Tip a little bit of weight through into the front of the feet. Always bend the knees if you need to. And then as you inhale, looking up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the waist. As you inhale, come all the way through to upright. Soften your knees. Soften your shoulders. And then as you inhale, left knee lift. So you're going to try and draw the left thigh in towards the chest. Fix your gaze on one spot, your drishti. It'll help you to balance. And extend the left leg out in front of you. Keep reaching up through the crown of the head. And we'll bend the left knee again. We're going to step it back nice and slowly. Virabhadrasana 2. The left foot grounds. Inhale the arms wide. And then adjust. You probably won't land in the right place, so just adjusting your feet as you need to. For most people, right foot, right heel in line with the left instep. And the more you bend the right knee, the stronger it will become. If you want to lighten it, you just bend the knee a little less. We're going to work through our movement between Parsvakonasana and reverse warrior here. So right forearm down onto your thigh, left arm reaches up over your ear, and then as you inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, Parsvakonasana. Inhale, reverse warrior. A couple more. And then back through to Parsvakonasana, and either keeping the forearm onto the thigh or taking your right hand down to the floor, spinning open through the left shoulder. So you don't want the chest pointing down or facing down towards the ceiling, you're trying to open it. One more breath. Inhale, back through Virabhadrasana 2. Reverse warrior, left hand to left thigh, right arm reaches up, but then we'll straighten the right leg. Reaching up through the right fingers. Coming back through Virabhadrasana 2. Pivot on your left foot, hands down to frame your right foot, one-legged plank. Couple of breaths here. Again, you can just bring both your knees down onto the mat if you need to. And then either straight to down dog or a one-legged vinyasa. One more breath here in downwards facing. And then softening the knees, step, jump, float the feet forward between the hands. Halfway lift there. As you exhale, fold in. Inhale. Sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands through to the heart centre. Okay. So coming through into Garudasana. Extending your your arms out to the sides, bring your right elbow on top. Coming back to our Garudasana, arms, elbows forwards and up, and then crossing your left thigh over your right. So you might just keep the left toes on the floor, you might be able to tuck the left foot in behind the shin. Squeeze the arms and the legs in towards the midline. Again, finding your drishti. And as you start to come up, I'm going to try not to put the left foot on the floor. I'm going to step the foot back into a high lunge. Ooh. And then as you start to come up, we're going to try not to put the left foot on the floor. We're going to step it back into a high lunge. Bending the right knee. You can straighten the left leg if that feels okay. And then release the arms and take them up alongside the ears. Couple of breaths. Little lift up through the heart centre. And then we'll work again with some movements. As you inhale, weight into the right leg, lift the left knee up in front of you. Exhale, step it back. Inhale to lift it up. Exhale to step it back. Couple more. Last one. Inhale to come up. Exhale to take it back. And then take your arms out wide again. And we'll take this into a twist. We're going to twist right. So keeping the hips facing forwards, your left arm comes forward, your right arm moves out behind you. Inhale, bring it back through to centre, and from there step your feet together at the front edge of your mats. Inhale, arms reach out. This time left elbow comes on top. So elbows forwards and up. And again, you can just hold on to your shoulders as an alternative. Weight onto the right leg, the left thigh cross. Sorry. And then inhale your arms out to the side. As you exhale, left elbow on top. So elbows forwards and up. And of course, you can always just take the hands to the shoulders again if that version works better for you. So weight onto the left leg. We'll cross the right thigh over the left. Again, you can keep the ball of the foot or the toes on the floor, or you can tuck the right foot in behind the left shin. So strong leg. Squeezing in towards the midline. And we're going to unhook that right foot and step it back into a high lunge. And then unhooking the arms and releasing the arms up alongside the ears. To challenge your balance, you can take the gaze up, you can straighten the back leg if you wish. And we'll find that movement. So as you inhale, arms down, right leg forwards. Exhale, step it back. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Ooh. Exhale. A couple more. And then step it back into your high lunge. Bring the arms out to the sides. The chest is open, shoulders are soft, and then we'll find that twist. So we're twisting left. Left arm back, right arm forwards. Try and keep your left hip drawing forwards. And then as you inhale, bring it forwards, but this time we'll take the hands down to frame the left foot, step back, downwards facing dog. So from your downwards facing, float your right leg up behind you. And then as you exhale, we're going to step the right foot forward between the hands. We're going to walk the hands a little bit further forwards and float the left leg up behind us. So you're kind of in a supported Virabhadrasana 3. You don't want the left hip opening, draw the left hip point down. And then maybe right hand moves through to the waist. That feels okay? Left hand through to the waist. You can keep the arms there, or to make it stronger, reach the arms up alongside the ears. One more breath. Bring the hands back down, left foot back down, sweep the right foot back, one-legged plank. And again, you can move through your vinyasa, or you can take it straight to your downwards facing dog. Inhale, floating the left leg up. Exhale, bringing the knee through, stepping the foot through between the hands, walking the hands out further in front of you and floating the right leg up. Again, right hip point faces down, the right foot is flexed. Maybe left hand to the waist, maybe right hand to the waist. And then if you wish, reach the arms out in front of you. Exhale, hands back down, right foot steps back behind you, sweep the left foot back, one-legged plank. And from there, downwards facing dog, whether it's through a vinyasa or whether it's not. So we're going to come through to seated. So make sure you've got fingers spread wide. You take the weight through into the arms, soften the knees, and you can step or you can jump the feet through to a seated position. Okay, coming through into our boat pose, Navasana, rolling the shoulders back and down, tipping back and finding the balance point on your sitting pose. You can choose to stay here or you can extend the arms, and if you're able to, you can lift the legs. One more breath. Bending the knees, bringing the feet back down onto your mats. Take a breath, we're going to do that one more time. Engage through your core, rocking back onto the sitting bones, and just find the appropriate place. If this is enough, stay here. You can release the arms, you can lift the feet a little bit. Maybe that's enough, or you can straighten your legs.
Try and keep lifting through the chest. We'll take one more breath. And then bending the knees, bringing the feet back down onto your mat. Lengthen through the spine here. You can choose to do Navasana one more time, or we'll add on a little bit. So finding again that balance point on your sitting bones, but this time as you exhale, half boat. Inhale to come up, exhale to take it back. Just hold it up if you prefer. 2 more. Okay, and then from there, cross your shins as high as you can, hands down in front of you, step back to downwards facing, or move through your vinyasa. And again, we're going to step or jump the feet through to seated, softening the knees, looking forwards. And releasing yourself down. So bringing the left foot in towards the groin, lengthening the spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, folding forwards here, Janu Shishasana. So we're just going to finish off with a couple of stretches. Really lengthening out through the back, through the lower back, mid-back, thoracic spine. Keeping the back as flat as you can. So it's not about trying to get your nose down towards your right leg. It's trying to keep some length and some space in the spine there. Couple more breaths. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release it out. Take your left hand behind you. Sweep the right arm up and find like a baby wild thing. Press up through the hips, through the sternum. Reach out through the right fingers. Find some length, some space. And then as you exhale, bring your hips back down onto your mat. We'll swap it over. Right foot comes in towards the left thigh, left leg extends. Bend the left knee if you need to. Lengthen the spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, folding. So think about each inhale creating length. Your exhales move you down if there is space to move into. And just being comfortable and content with where you are. So not constantly wanting to be somewhere else to achieve something. Just link into your breath and just be here right now. One more breath. And then inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to release out. Right hand behind you. We're going to sweep up the left arm on the inhale. Find that baby wild thing. So engaging through back of the body. Reaching out through the left fingers. You can always look down if that feels better for your neck. One last breath. And then as you exhale, hips come back down onto your mat and we'll come back through to seated. So we're going to lie ourselves down. Ground through your feet, feet about hip width apart. So the further in front of you you have your feet, the easier this will be. The more they draw in towards the sitting bones, the harder it will be. So grounding through the feet, reaching your arms out in front, engaging through your core. And then lying yourself back down, but just coming to a point where you're feeling your thighs, your abs starting to kick in, your core starting to kick in. And we're going to hold it. One more breath. And then inhale, come back through to upright. So we're going to do that a couple more times. Now lengthening as you inhale. Keeping the shoulders soft.
Exhale, starting to lay back down. Maybe you go a little bit further this time. Try not to hunch the shoulders. Body starting to shake is good, shows you're working. Inhale to bring it back up. So we're going to go back we'll do that one more time. And after we've done our time holding it, we're going to go all the way back down onto our mats. So reaching the arms out in front, soften the shoulders. Exhale to take it back. Just find that sweet spot for you. Maybe there's a squeezing in towards the midline to help hold you in place, to help keep some stability. One more breath. And then exhale, come all the way back down onto your mat. Keeping the feet, the legs bent, bringing the heels in towards your sitting bones. And as you inhale, we'll start to lift up through the hips and the chest. If it feels okay, clasp the hands underneath you, draw your shoulders underneath you. So coming through into your bridge pose. Now you can stay here, or you can take your right leg up towards the ceiling. Come back to the breath. One more breath here. Right foot comes back down onto the mat. We'll do the other side. Left leg lifts. Try to keep soft in the face. Last breath. Exhale, left foot comes back down. One last breath here. And then as you exhale, spine comes back down onto your mat. Soften through the shoulders. And then when it feels okay to, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and let your knees drop open. You can have the arms alongside you, or you can reach the arms up overhead. And everything start to soften. You're going to join us at the end of our practice. And then drawing the knees in towards each other, bringing them in towards your chest. Little rock from side to side. And keeping the right knee in towards the chest, extending out the left leg along the mat. And then we're just going to roll the right knee over to the left. So if your knee doesn't come to the floor, pop something underneath it for support. If it will come down, let it come down. And then turn to gaze out over your right shoulder. And you can straighten the right leg if you wish. You could hold onto your right foot with your left hand. Left foot is walking back towards the midline of your mat. Couple more breaths. And then inhale, come back through to centre. Bend your right knee if you straighten the leg and come back over onto your back. And then we'll swap it over. Left knee in towards the chest, right leg extends out along the mat. Realign yourself if you need to. Roll your left knee over towards the right. And again, if the knee isn't coming to the floor, then you can pop something underneath it for support. You can straighten the left leg if you have space, and if that's an option, and turn to look out over your left shoulder. And we can walk the right foot back in towards the midline of the mat. Drawing down through the left shoulder, chest is open. And then as you inhale, the head will come back to centre. We'll bend the left knee if you've straightened the leg, roll back over onto your back. Again, realign yourself if you kind of went off centre. Little rock from side to side. And then time for your Shavasana. So just straighten yourself out. If you need to pause this video and go and get a blanket, some pillows, whatever you need. Perhaps you want to put a nice piece of music on while you're here, so you can stop the video now. A few deeper breaths, longer releasing exhales. Starting your awareness at the tips of your toes and drawing it up through the body and softening each body part as you can. The toes, the feet, the ankles, lower legs, knees, upper legs, hips. All the muscles of the pelvis, the lower back and the belly, the abdomen and mid-back, the upper back and the chest. Fingers, the hands, all the muscles of your arms, shoulders, through the throat and the neck to your face and your head. Everything softens and starts to let go. Staying here for a minimum of 3 minutes and much longer if you wish. Namaste.